it's great to see you. My name's Mike. Who else have we got here? We've got Fred.
Hi everyone.
We've got Tim.
Hiya.
And look, we're so pleased today. We've got Liz with us today as well. It's really great to have Liz with us because Liz is a real taiko expert. So today, this is our fourth lesson, right, looking at music from the Far East. Taiko music comes from all these places. We've got these lovely images behind us here. This is Japan. So we're going to be moving to some Japanese drumming today. And Liz is a real expert in it. So we're thrilled to have her with us. And you can see Liz has got some proper taiko drums behind her there, which we're going to be hearing. We're going to be enjoying playing those kind of sounds today. So Liz, first of all, taiko, you know, we're all drummers, but we don't just have to sort of sit down to play taiko drums. We normally stand up, but you know, why do we stand up and what kind of things do we do? If I spotlight you, maybe you could just talk us through what we have to do.
Okay, so we have to stand behind the taiko, obviously, because it's high up off the ground. And when you're playing taiko, you want to feel really strong and play in a really strong with a strong form. So it's important to know how to stand behind the drum. So you stand center behind your drum, and then you separate your feet out, and you're going to bring one foot forward, and the other foot is going to go back. So you have a diagonal line behind your drum. And then in your hands, you're holding the drumsticks, which we call bachi. And the bachi, you don't want to hold them on the very end because they might go flying out of your hand. So what you want to do is hold just a little way up the bachi, and then this would be your beginning position behind the drum. So that's all you really need to know.
Thank you, Liz. That's fantastic. Thank you for teaching us. That's really good. Now, you might have noticed there, those bachi that Liz called them, they're pretty big sticks. Now, I've got here, these are just normal drumsticks, and these are the fattest drumsticks I could find. And probably what I'm going to play, rather than playing them this way around, how you'd normally play with having the acorn, the tip of the stick there, I'm probably going to turn them that way around, because I'm trying to recreate that sound as much as possible. Now, Fred, you don't have a real taiko drum in front of you. You've got something that sounds similar, but, you know, what can you show us that we could be doing on that drum, possibly the deepest sounding drum?
Great, so I've got two big drumsticks as well, turn the other way like you, Mike. And I've got an old marching bass drum. So it's got the wooden rims a bit like a taiko, but it's not a taiko. And we're going to play the bass part on this. And it's going to go like this. It's going to go don, doko, 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 all the way through. So the don, we play one stroke, and the doko, we play two strokes, doko. So it's kind of like a crotchet for the don and a quaver for the doko. So should we just try that as body percussion first? So here we go. Don, doko, 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 don. Try and say the words as well, it's really important. Don, doko, don, doko, don, doko, don, doko. Stop. Lovely. Now let's try and put it onto your drums or whatever you've got at home. I'm sure you can find something, and then Tim's going to show you a few things in a minute, but let's just try it for now, even if you do it as body percussion again. Ready? Here we go. Don, doko, 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 don, doko. And stop.
Thank you so much, Fred. That's absolutely brilliant. So you could see that's all there is to that rhythm. But I'll tell you what's really hard about that rhythm is just to keep it going. Don't speed up. Just keep a nice, simple, steady tempo. But you'd also see the way that Fred was playing. His sticks weren't kind of going, it wasn't going really wild. It's all very controlled playing. And I think taiko, that's a lot of stuff to do with taiko. They really think about the exact movements of the stick. And there are moments when the sticks come high, but it's almost very choreographed movements we've got there. Now we're going to just shoot over to Tim because, you know, we're assuming wherever you are, you don't have real taiko drums to play. So we need to think, you know, what could you be using if you don't have real taiko? So let's have a quick look at, Tim, that's not a real taiko drum. What have you got in front of you?
No, well, this is the thing we won't like to think about. This is the washing up bowl, okay? So everybody's got one of these in their house, haven't they? So surely you'll be able to use one of these, and you'll probably have also what I'm going to use as my sticks, which is a couple of wooden spoons. So if you can find any spoons from the kitchen, and then you can use them on your drum for this sound. I'm not sure exactly what drum that works for, though. So, Liz, perhaps we could ask you. Can you tell us what kind of drum that would sound like?
That sounds like a mid-tone drum, really, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this one. It's like an okedo, it's called. So okedo means round-bodied drum. I'll explain more later.
Great. Can we hear it, Liz? Can you play it just so we can hear it? Great, thank you. Thanks, Liz. That's great. Okay, so Tim, that was your washing up bowl. What else have you got, Tim?
Okay, well, that was the washing up bowl, and just here underneath it, I've got my larger drum, which is a plastic bin, which came from the same market stall. I was very lucky when I found all these together. I'm very happy. Now, we've talked about the sticks, haven't we? I found these in a charity shop. Now, I think these might be even a bit too big, looking at the way Liz is laughing about this. So they might be a bit too big for this. So perhaps you stick to your spoons, but they do make that kind of sound. And with the spoons, it's still a deep sound. So, Liz, can you tell us what drum that's like, please?
I can. So the drum that I think that sounds most like is the one I have at the back here, which is the nagado. And nagado means long-bodied drum. And I did laugh at the sticks, the battery that Tim had, but we do actually use those size sticks for side drumming. When you play this drum from the side, which is very powerful. So this drum.
Wow.
Love it, absolutely love it. Thank you, Liz. That's great. Wow. It must be quite hard work as well, playing taiko, to keep that going for a long time. Right, so Tim, have you got anything else you can show us?
I've got this pot, which is going to make a sound more like a higher pitch. So I don't think I'll use those huge rolling pins on this one. My wife might not be very happy about that. So. Liz, which one does that do?
I think that's great. It's a real nice contrast between the two lower sounds that you had. And that one, I'm going to match with this drum here, which is called shime daiko. And shime means tight or tensioned. And you can see the ropes here are tensioning and tightening the skins. That's high, just like Tim's saucepan. Brilliant, Tim.
That's great. Thank you so much. Brilliant. And thank you, Tim, for showing us. And also, you see, Fred and I have real drums to play with. Fred's already shown us his sort of old marching bass drum. But I've also got just a conga that's here. And my conga sounds maybe a little bit like the shime, maybe a little bit low, but it's kind of a very similar kind of quality of sound as well. So I'm going to be certainly imitating the shime on my drum. But Liz, is there a rhythm that you could teach us that would be a really nice little rhythmic phrase that we could all learn that would fit on top of that don docker phrase that Fred taught us?
Yes, so we're going to do that now. So first of all, it's really important to learn the words, and then you know which hands you're going to use. So let's learn each phrase gradually, and then we'll put them all together. So the first phrase is don doko don doko don. Don doko don doko don. So we're going to say that. That's our first phrase. Okay, so you say that with me. Don doko don doko don. Don doko don doko don. And so we'll put our hands in now, and in a moment we'll go back and actually practice on the drum. So with the hands, and remember what Fred was saying, that the don is one hand and then doko is two hands, one hand followed by the other. So let's practice together. So Don, don, doko, don, don, doko, don. Don, don, doko, don, don, doko, don. Okay, that's the first phrase. Then the second phrase is going to be don, doko, don, doko, don, doko, don, doko. So 4 times don, doko. Let's do that again. Don, doko, don, doko, don, doko, don, doko. And you notice my voice is quite singy, quite melodic. So it's important to sing the sound rather than just speak the sound. So it gives it some life and energy. So let's do those first 2 patterns again. Okay, so don, don, doko, don, don, doko, don, 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 doko, don, don, doko, don, don, doko, don, doko, don, doko, don, doko. And now we're going to add the last phrase, okay? So the last phrase is don, doko, don, don, su, don, don. So there's a different sound in there, isn't there? There's a different sound, and that's su. Su means you're playing nothing, so it's an empty space. But often in those empty spaces in Japanese Taiko, you would put your arm somewhere or do an action. So the last phrase again is don, doko, don, don, su, don, don. And so we're going to play that. Don, doko, don, don, su, don, don. And we're going to lift our arms right up in the air for su, which I'll show you in a moment. Okay? So the last line once more time. Don, doko, don, don, su, don, don. Really throw your arms up for that. So let's say the whole thing again, and then I'm going to go and play it on the drum. Okay, so from the beginning, we'll count in Japanese. Ichi, ni, san, shi. Don, don, doko, don, don, doko, don. Don, don, doko, don, don, doko, don. Don, doko, don, doko, don, doko, don, doko, don, doko, don, don, su, don, don. So I'm going to go back and get into my ready position behind the drum. And so remember, separate both feet out and then 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, feet facing out a little bit so you feel nice and strong, and then the bachi, 1 in each hand. Okay, so first of all I'm going to do it over the drum, and then I'm going to actually play the drum. Okay, so from the beginning, ich, ni, san, shi. Don, don, doko, don, don, doko, don. Don, don, doko, don, don, doko, don. Don, doko, don, doko, don, doko, don, doko, don, doko, don, don, su, don, don. So let's play it on the actual drum now together, counting in. Ich, ni, san, shi. Ich, ni. One more time. San, shi.
Wow, Liz, thank you so much. That is absolutely brilliant. Great fun. I love all those movements and that suit as well. Tell me, really fun to do. If we can put it all together, so we'll have Fred playing his bass drum, and we'll have Tim. Oh, you've got your bucket as well to get that nice bass sound as well. We'll put it all together, and so when we put it all together, it's going to be a bit faster because we're going to kind of show you the tempo that we're aiming to get to. But the great thing about having this on YouTube, you can just keep playing this over and over again until you've got it. So it's going to be quite a lot faster. It's going to be more like don don doko do don doko do don don doko do don doko do don doko don doko don doko don doko don doko don don suit don don. Wow, that's fast. But shall we give it a go at putting that together? So Liz is going to go back to her drum. We're all going to play all together. And so is everyone ready? So are you standing in the right posture like Liz is there? Yeah, so you can make sure. And have you got your sticks ready in that posture as well? Good. So it looks great with Tim's wooden spoons in the right posture. Brilliant. Right, here we go. Let's try once more. Ich, ni, san, shi. Well done, everyone. Absolutely fantastic. So, hey, that's all that we want to teach you for this lesson, because that's really tricky what we've just been doing. And we think that's enough for you to have a practice to do. But remember, this is not the end of the lesson, because remember, on the website, there's the quiz that you can go and answer all the questions to the quiz, because we've given you a lot of information about Japanese Taiko drumming today. So you can go and make sure you've remembered everything by answering the questions in the quiz. Also, if you haven't yet done so, please make sure you subscribe to the Inspireworks UK YouTube channel as well, and then we will see you next time for our second lesson on Taiko. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye.
Bye.